All right, so for those of you that are home, I'm going to see some of you tomorrow. Some of you I won't see till after break, but just let me know if you have questions. I have a link for the Google Meet above the calendar, and it is up all day, every day. I even have it up right now, which if I have somebody from another class pop in now, I'll tell them to come back. All right, so I will tell you, we are not even going to look at the random integer tables at this point. Maybe later on, after we get back from Thanksgiving break, I will show you guys how to look at a table, but honestly, it's a very outdated resource, and I wouldn't use it unless you absolutely had to. All right, so guys, I have to ask you, whenever you guys were little kids, or maybe teenagers, I don't know, have you guys ever been in search of something like where you had to collect, like have you ever been interested in like toys or any sort of like trinket where you had like a collection and you had to collect them all? Like when I was little, I was obsessed with Beanie Babies. Like I grew up in the Beanie Baby craze, and when they had Beanie Babies at McDonald's, I don't know how many Happy Meals my entire family purchased. First of all, I will say, like, I was spoiled rotten. I'm the youngest grandchild on both sides, and all of my cousins are like 15 years plus older than me, besides my brother. And so all of my older cousins just did whatever I asked them to because I was little and they catered to me. So like if I told them to go get Happy Meals because I looked at this, like they would go get Happy Meals. So my entire family did this to me, which now I've paid now they all have adult children, and while their kids were growing up, I returned the favor and spoiled their kids rotten. So, say, have you guys have you guys ever liked something like that? Say, were you guys old enough for Webkinz? All right, so it wasn't Webkinz kind of like that where you had like different things that you could get? I know right now my girls are obsessed with those stupid LOL dolls. And they, some of them are rare and some of them are regular, and they want the ultra rare ones with like all the gold glitter and... All right, sorry, my phone's blowing up. All right, so this first example I want to go with, I will say I was never, there was nothing at this point, but whenever I was little, you always got stuff at the bottom of cereal boxes. Like, it was just little things. I honestly, do you guys know of any cereal that still does that? I definitely think it's kind of an outdated thing, but this is something, you can take this concept and apply it to anything that would be current. But the first example I want to go through are the cereal box prizes. All right, and you guys should have read through this whenever you were going through the textbook. And I'm actually using the exact same percentages, but I will show you guys an easier way to calculate it than the book explained. So whenever you are going through these prizes, there were 3 different cards. It was cards of athletes. So first of all, we all know who Tiger Woods is, right? Okay, so in these cereal boxes, there's not an even amount of athletes, so they made more cards of certain athletes and less cards of others. But it says that 20% of the cards are Tiger Woods cards. And then 30% are David Beckham. Do you guys all know who David Beckham is? All right, who is he? All right, he's a soccer player. Who's his wife? His wife is Victoria Beckham. She is Posh Spice of the Spice Girls. And then it says the rest of them are Serena Williams. So what percentage is Serena Williams? 50. All right, so then we got 50% Serena Williams. All right, so I want to ask you, how many boxes do you guys think that we would need to buy to make sure that we get all 3? What do you guys think? All right, are you guaranteed to get all? If I buy 3 boxes, am I guaranteed that they're all going to be the different cards? What do you guys think? All right, would you be shocked if you bought 3 boxes of cereal and they were all Serena Williams? Do you think that could happen? So you're not necessarily, you might get lucky and buy 3 different boxes and get a different card each time, but sometimes you get duplicates. I don't know, whenever you guys were little, Happy Meal toys. How many times did you guys open Happy Meal toys when you were little and you were like, I've already had that one? I'm going to say it happens. So we can actually do this with a simulation. So I am actually not going to have you guys do anything on your calculator yet. Or actually, let's do that. Get your calculators out. All right, so if you guys get your calculators out, the first thing I want you guys to do, and I know this is really weird, but I want to make sure that your calculators are truly randomized. So I want you guys to type in your phone number. I typed in the schools. All right, then in order to make this randomized, I want you to hit math. Don't hit enter yet, just hit math. Go over to PRB, that top right-hand menu. I know the glare on this is not the greatest. So we got PRB. You see that option 1 just says random. Go ahead and just hit enter, and then it should give you a really random digit. Please tell me that yours is different than mine. If you type in your phone number and then hit the math PRB and then hit just that very first option, random, do you guys all have a different number? Okay. So then you guys were supposed to watch a video over the weekend to do the random integers. Do you guys remember how to do that? Can you guys tell me what am I supposed to hit? I'm going to say we just hit those menus. I'm going to say, what button do we hit? Will, did you watch the videos? Rachel? Why not? I gave you no homework. You just had to watch a total of 6 minutes of videos. But I did this so I wouldn't have to waste my whole class time to teach you guys this. I know, but there's also a bunch of virtual kids waiting. Like, that's not fair. So if you want to do a random integer, we hit the math button, and in the math button, you can do lots of stuff with numbers. And if you need like absolute values or minimum or maximums, anything like that, you can actually use those in algebra. We just don't use them a lot. Complex numbers, this is more of like a trig thing. But if we go over to that PRB for probability, we want to generate random integers. So if you type in you are going to go to option 4. And in this case, we're going to hit 0, 9, and I'll explain why in just a second. All right, so in this case, we are talking about percentages, and what we're going to do is we are actually going to assign integers to each person. So like if we draw a certain number, it's going to represent David Beckham. If we draw another number, it's going to represent Serena Williams, and then so many are going to represent Tiger Woods. So we're going, and how many, there's 10 digits between 0 and 9. So for just a second, we need to assign these first. So if 20% are Tiger Woods, how many numbers out of 10 need to go with Tiger Woods? 2. So let's just say that 0 and 1 are going to represent Tiger Woods. All right, if 30% are David Beckham, let's just say the next 3, so 2, 3, and 4 are going to represent David Beckham. And then the rest of them, 5 through 9, are going to represent Serena Williams. So we are going to pick integers until we get all 3 types. So back to my calculator, I'm picking a number from 0 to 9. If you hit enter, it will pick a number. Now the number it picked for me was 6. Now it probably picked something different for you, but if it picks, so this is my first trial. All right, my first number is 6. Who does that go with? If I get a number 6, all right, so that's a Serena card. All right, so and if you keep hitting enter, it'll keep generating numbers. So my next one is 8. Whose card is that? All right, that's another Serena. So, I mean, I have another card, but it's not worth my time because it's not who I need. So let's buy another one. I'm sorry, why is that not showing up? There we go. All right, next number is a 7. Again, another Serena card. It's worthless. All right, next card is a 4. Is that a new card or is that the same person? All right, so we got a David Beckham card. So now we have 2 out of the 3 athletes. All right, so then we try this again. That's a 9. That's another Serena. Does it make sense that we're getting more Serenas since half of the cards are hers? All right, and then we got another 6. So 6 is Serena as well. My next number is a 3, which is another David Beckham card. And then I hit this again, and I get a 4, which is another David Beckham card. So we're looking for that 0 and 1. All right, that's an 8. That's a Serena. Got another 8. And a 2. Close, but not quite. That's another David Beckham. Got a 7. How many times do you think we're going to have to do this until we get a Tiger Woods?
Took me 4.
Took you 4? Okay, got another 4. Got a 2. Close. Woohoo! There we go. Got a 0. All right, there's my Tiger Woods. So on this one, it took me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It took me 16 boxes to get all 3. All right, so Will, you said it took you 4, right? All right, so I'm going to steal your trial. So the first time I did this, it took me 16 tries. All right, the second trial I'm going to steal from you. Can you tell me your numbers?
9, 1, 5, 4.
9, 1, 5, 4. So we went Serena, Tiger, Serena. As his?
Yeah.
I saving that numbers too.
Yeah.
Weird.
All right, so on this one, we got Serena, Tiger, David. This time it only took 4 boxes. All right, so we're going to try this again. Now, if you guys are really getting the same numbers again, I want you guys to go back to this, go to that math PRB and then go to that random again. All right, do you guys just have the word random up there? All right, now I want you guys to all type in 6 numbers that are, pick 6 numbers. It does not matter which ones. And then hit enter. All right, so I have 7804.7 something. And say, Lexi, what did you get when you typed in 6 random numbers? And then hit enter.
I got 594362.
Did anybody get the same numbers as her? Will, what did you get?
661972.
All right, no one got that, did they? All right, so now let's try this again. So now that hopefully we can randomize our calculators a little bit so that way you're not all getting the same numbers over and over again. So let's try that random integer again. So math, then go over to PRB, go to random integer, and let's go back to that 0 to 9. All right, I'm getting 1. Kaylee, what do you get? 7, Rachel? Okay. Braden, what number did you get when you did your random this time? 0?
0.
Okay, we're a little bit different. And that could have just been by chance that you guys both got the same. All right, so I'm going to use Rachel's trials. So Rachel, what was your number that you got this time? 2. All right, so that is a David Beckham. All right, so let's try it again. Just keep hitting enter. What's your next number? 3. All right, that's another David Beckham. All right, there's a tiger. All right, and a 9. All right, so so there's our Serena. So again, that one took 4 boxes. All right, so we're going to cheat on this one. I'm going to tell you that for trial 4, these are the numbers. And these are numbers I got earlier when I did this. I had 00912. And so that was 5 boxes. And then my next trial that I did for number 5 was 293. And it was 3 boxes. All right, so obviously it's dependent on each one. You aren't going to get the same results every single time. So we just created a simulation with 5 different results. So if we wanted to estimate, what do you guys think we need to do with these numbers? What would be a good way to just give somebody an answer? Oh, you're probably going to have to buy around a certain number of boxes. What should we do to these 5 numbers?